NiteZpeed. In our stars lies the future.
What you are hearing is the sound of history being made. This is the Space Launch System, the most powerful rocket ever built by NASA since the Saturn V. It had to be powerful, because for the first time in 54 years, we're going back to the moon. The Space Launch System carries the Orion spacecraft, the first fully certified manned spacecraft for deep space exploration. This is Artemis I. In November 2022, with Artemis I, the SLS and Orion made its debut in a pure textbook fashion. The SLS lifted the Orion spacecraft unmanned to orbit, and the Orion flew a 10-day mission to the moon and beyond it, literally further than any man-rated spacecraft has gone before. Now comes the ultimate test, Artemis II. Artemis II is a manned mission to fly to the moon and beyond it, taking astronauts further from Earth than any manned flight has ever attempted. If successful, the era of manned deep space exploration of the moon and the solar system begins. With the launch of NASA's Artemis II and our manned returned flight to the moon now just weeks away, I figured it would be good to jump on the bandwagon of celebration and look at our closest neighbor, the moon. Photographing the moon is the first discipline of astrophotography, known as lunar astrophotography. Lunar astrophotography is your door to a wider universe, just like the Artemis program. The moon is the first target in the night sky that most people trying to get into this hobby attempt. It is easy and doesn't require a huge knowledge base to get some impressive shots. It also does not require a large pocketbook or an insane amount of equipment. In fact, lunar astrophotography can be accomplished with very basic equipment. And unlike deep space objects that require hours of integration data, special filters, a tracking mount, and very expensive lenses and telescopes, the moon can be captured in just moments with a simple setup. On this episode of NiteZpeed, we will open the first door of astrophotography and show you what you need and how you can make some great pictures of our great nightly neighbor. This is the moon.
Give me a go, no go for launch. Booster.
Go.
Retro.
Go.
Vital.
We're go flight.
Guidance.
Guidance go.
Surgeon.
Go flight.
Ecom.
We're go flight.
GNC.
We're go.
Telmu.
Go.
Control.
Go flight.
Procedures.
Go.
Inco.
Go.
FAO.
We are go.
Network.
Go.
Recovery.
Go!
Capcom.
We're go fly.
Launch control, this is Houston. We are go for launch.
Welcome back to NiteZpeed. I'm Mike. Well, once again, it is a Saturday night. It is clear. And guess what we're doing? Some more astrophotography. However, tonight will differ from most of the episodes that I had because tonight we're going to do a different discipline of astrophotography. This is what we call lunar astrophotography. Now, in lunar astrophotography, this is about as basic as it gets. You don't really need any special gear. You don't need any like super, expensive gear. What you need basically is very simple. So let me show you. So when it comes to lunar astrophotography, literally all you need is a tripod, a camera, and a nice big lens. Now, this right here is my Sony Nex 5N 16.2 megapixel APS-C censored camera with a Sigma APO XQ500 f8 mirrored lens. And because it's 500 millimeter, we need just a little bit more reach. So there is a 2x Tamron teleconverter here. And what that does is by going 2x, this essentially makes this lens 1,000 millimeters, which means our friend, the moon over there, is going to be huge. We'll be able to see some really, really great detail. Now, when it comes to traditional lunar astrophotography, this is the setup most people are thinking of. Something pretty basic, This is also a mirrored lens, so it's like a mini Schmidt Cassegrain. So it's fundamentally slow, yes, but for how bright the moon is, this will capture it wonderfully. I've been shooting lunar astrophotography all my life, and one of the things is with lunar, this is where most of you will get your start. When people start taking pictures of the night sky, one of the first targets they're going to go for is going to be the moon, and that's where I started. And I started off with something pretty basic. It was a Kodak Z5010 power zoom, and that's how I started. Of course, since then, many years now, I have, of course, upgraded into something quite a bit more, but I wanted to kind of return to my roots because I am also still into power zoom cameras. As everybody also knows, I am also a daylight photographer. I do wildlife and landscape and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I want to show you guys what you can do with a power zoom camera. This is a Canon SX50HS Power Shot. It is a massive power zoom. This thing can shoot between 18 and 1200 millimeters. It is basically a Canon XSI, but instead of putting a fixed lens on it, it has a power zoom lens. 12.1 megapixel, pretty basic. But man, what a camera for the power zoom. And then here we have an SX230HS. So this is the image you get when you are on a DSLR. And this is at 1,000 millimeters and still extremely detailed. But as you can see, even at 1,000 millimeters, it just almost takes up the screen, not too much. And this is with a long lens. That was really cool. A plane just flew right through it. But now, if you go over here to my power zoom, So this is just at normal. You know, we're sitting at 50 times. But I can take this up a little bit. And if you see, look what a power zoom can do. I can literally fill the frame. This is how far a power zoom has come in lunar astrophotography. This is actually what I prefer now, just because it's really nice and easy. And the magnification, you still get like really impressive shots. Yeah, and we're just looking at the moon right there. So yeah, you have a long lens, you have a power zoom, and then you have the sea star over here. Absolutely impressive. As the night progressed, I continued to shoot the moon using both my Sony and my power zoom setups. And I got some good subs. Both did an excellent job. And like Artemis II, I took a test flight with the Seastar S30's lunar mode. Again, I was impressed with the performance and in the ease of use. At 8 p.m., however, I moved the S30 from the moon to M1 for a 3-hour Crab Nebula buffet. The Crab Nebula is 6,500 light-years from Earth, in the constellation Taurus. This is what's left of the great supernova of 1054 AD, a remnant of a large massive star that collapsed in a spectacular explosion and gave birth to one of the universe's most deadly phenomena. Left behind, and at its heart, a newly born neutron star, and now a 10 light-year wide filamentary cloud of gas, rapidly expanding. This was shot under a nearly full moon, but thanks to the filters of the Seastar, this was not an issue. I hope the astronauts of Artemis II have just as easy a time as I did taking the journey to the moon. I also hope that they have a safe journey. They are pioneers, like the astronauts of Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, the Space Shuttle, and now the ISS. They are exploring new ideas and frontiers, and setting the stage for our manned exploration of the solar system and beyond. From NiteZpeed Mission Control here in Phoenix, I wish Godspeed to the crew of Artemis II.